We knew the American dream was a lie. So me and T created our own version.
I'm looking at the next step of BMF's expansion.
So your house is on a meal ticket. Get your money, my money, now let's get rich and real. Kick it, all eyes on me.
BMF. The long-awaited third season returned to stars on March 1st. As always, episode 1 of this new season begins with highlights from the previous seasons. A reminder of the long history of arrests, infidelity, betrayals, and murders. Besides Neo's 5 heartbeats wig, the next important question on some of the people's minds is, who has gone through the most trauma so far? Let's take a look at the trauma these characters have gone through and how they choose to cope with it. Leanda. After everything she's been through with Terry, he betrays her and throws it right back in her face. The shooting, the hospital, the recovery, the late nights worrying, the 2 children, all the memories, all the various asymmetrically, geometrically confusing hairstyles. Terry not only leaves her for another woman, but for a woman married to a rival drug dealer, adding a whole different level of danger for her and her children. The hospital scene in this episode really showed the pain and betrayal trauma that she's carrying. Watching the father of her children care for this new woman, Maresa, in the way that she used to care for him when he was shot, and having a clear disregard for how this reversal may have affected her was the nail in the coffin. When Maresa showed up at the Flannery house with Terry, Leanda showed us her only coping strategy right now is to run away from the trigger and keep her distance. Meech and Terry's mother, wholesome Christian woman, trying to guide her children down the right path. And what does she get in return? The Easy Rest Motel. She's experienced her youngest son getting shot in the face, both her sons choosing a life of crime, her husband cheating on her, and all this while living under unbearable financial strain, to the point where she has to work at Wendy's 30 hours a day just to make ends meet. Not to mention that she ain't been right since Will Smith played her in high school. This, my friends, is compound trauma. The only thing keeping Lucille afloat right now is her daughter, her grandchildren, and the fact that Meech has been sending gifts to her house. Also the fact that despite the danger of the life they chose, both her sons are still alive. And that's more than I can say about her marriage, because that relationship will be taking an easy rest. Terry, Flannery, and Meech. Terry and Meech have shown brief moments of emotional expression from the impacts of their trauma-filled lifestyle, but have seemingly kept their head. The reason for that is they have actually channeled all of their emotions into their drug business. So much so that it has become an unhealthy obsession. Any life stressors that may occur push them deeper into the lifestyle, temporarily masking their emotions, but making them targets for opposition and law enforcement in the process. Compound trauma and a sustained stress response wears away at cognitive function. It's only a matter of time before mistakes are made that will land them on the wrong side of the bars or the wrong side of the soil. Maresa, Terry's new love but also the wife of an abusive husband, constantly on the run from his crew, law enforcement, and opposition, she might not be making the best decisions for her children. She traded one drug dealer for another, and the heat surrounding her and her children is not letting up. With all that experience being a drug dealer's wife, learning how to move, how to speak when police harass her, how to stay out of sight during wartime, it would have to take a very strategic, intelligent, calculated, and seasoned boss to get the drop on her. Nope. She got shot by DC Young Fly. I guess he shot you in between Wildin' Out skits. Huh? I guess Nick Cannon sent the hit. Huh? Detective Von Bryant. He's been on the force a long time. He's played both sides of the law, and he's been trying hard to cover it up. He's had his own son kidnapped, and now that same son was arrested for murder. To be honest, I don't have any sympathy at all. After you did what you did to Helen, it's whatever. You get what you get. Plus your son was in jail drawing pictures. He don't even realize where he's at right now. The moral of the story is trauma does not heal itself. In many cases, the ways we choose to cope keep us in the same cycle of trauma that we so desperately want to leave. If you're looking for strategies to heal your trauma and engage in self-care without consequences, I got an app for that.